What's going on, guys? My name is Kel Bailey and welcome back to another video. The song we're going to be breaking down today is a gospel song from a client that reached out to me that had an upcoming award show and they wanted to get their song recreated by me. A little different from the original track, still keeping the same elements and the same feel from the original track, but essentially just updating the arrangement. So that's going to be the song that we're going to break down today. So I kind of want to show you the original track that they had, that they sent me, and then I want to show you what we did to really update this track and really make it feel good for an award show. So let's get into it. This is the original song. This is what the original stems and everything sounds like that was sent to me. There was a couple of key elements that we wanted to keep the same from the original stems in the original production. One of those things is the cadence of the drums and the cadence of the bass. So we kind of had that doom 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 da doom 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 da doom 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 doom. So we want to keep that feel along with the drums and the bass throughout the entire song because that's the vision of the producer. But we did decide to change some melody lines and the intro as well. So let's get into the intro. So this is what I did for the production. So one of the things that I noticed as an arranger and producer reproducing this track is there wasn't anything to connect the first part of the song, the chorus of the song, into the verses. So that's why we decided to add in these melody lines to connect the chorus into this verse. So check this out right here. Right here. So we use that to connect the verse. And then what we use to connect the intro into the chorus of the song is we use this melody line right here. And here is a producer note that I wrote out in my phone to kind of help you understand how I process intros in gospel music. The intro is the runway or the launching pad to the next segment of the song that follows after. To make it even more simpler, the intro is the introduction to the song that you want people to care about. So a lot of times, if the intro doesn't really stick, like I've heard someone say, like you only got about 5 to 10 seconds to catch someone's ear. So being that this was for an award show, I'm thinking about all of that. So my mindset was, instead of just starting the song like the original, it started with just a loop, which that maybe was cool for the regular production. But since it was an award show, I said, let's go big with the intro and let's really get people's attention to really get them to lock into what we're saying. So let me go through and break down what I'm using. So for the key stack, I'm using MK Sensation and I'm using Dunamis Grand. If you want access to Dunamis Grand, that's on my website. So that's MK Sensation and Dunamis Grand together. Then I'm using a bass from my new sound pack, Modern Wave Synth Ultimate Plus. And I stacked that bass with a bass from the MODX to get the slap effect. So the bass kind of sounds like it sounds like a keyboard bass, but it's cutting through. It's a little punchy like I want it. Then we're using Gospel Bells 50. I left the link below. And then we created this loop right here. I generally make all of my own loops. The loop really helps the foundation of the song. What's going on, guys? So I want to tell you about the next revolutionary product that church musicians will be using all across the world, and it's called Presence. This is a latching drone pad VST that you can use in any DAW. It's going to be perfect to use in your local church for altar call, praise and worship, prayer, talk music, at any point in church where you need to add a little bit more ambient effects and a warm pad to your playing. Presence is going to do exactly that. And right now you can join the wait list. The link is in the description to find out more information about Presence. This is going to change everything. I do not say that lightly. I am dead serious. This is going to upgrade your keyboard rig and make things so much easier. Let's get back to the video. And then we're using Tony Royster drums right here. Those drums really have an interesting way of just really splitting the mix and cutting through in the perfect way. And then we have some aux sounds that I'm using. Some of these sounds is from my new sound pack. Like we got Gritty Saw Synth. It's from Modern Wave Synth Ultimate Plus. This is what the aux sounds like together. And then we have an aux that I'm using from the MODX. Then I stacked that with some guitars. That guitar is from the MODX as well. Then I'm using some sounds from Hybrid Essentials. Randy Jenkins. So I'm doing some chords with those sounds right there to kind of thicken it up a little bit. And then the rest of the sounds is just sound effects. Like we have some arps and stuff down here. And you can find that sound in Logic in the rhythmic section. And then I'm using another arp sound right there. Let's jump to the verse of the song. So notice how we're adding melody lines throughout this verse. Do, 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 do. So instead of just playing those chords there, I believe we're doing, so on the keys, this is what we're doing. Keeping it simple. So most likely when I was recording the reference keys, this probably was something that I was doing. Being that I did that with the keys, I said, let's catch that with the aux as well. So we're in, then we're out. Really, I believe the star of the show that really makes this production really interesting is these sounds that I'm using from Hybrid Essentials. Like it's like a pad underneath it, right? So I'm playing one thing with the keys, but beneath this pad layer of the brass and the pad type sounds that I'm using, I'm playing slightly different chords, and it's coming together, making the perfect marriage, you know? did a slight reharm there. And the reason I did that is because whenever you have a song that is very repetitive and they keep saying the same thing over and over, there's nothing wrong with repetition. But as a producer, you have to find a way to make that repetition not feel like they're repeating the same thing over and over again. So I added a slight reharm there to kind of help that part out a little bit and to add a little nuance. Check this out. And it sounds like I made a mistake there. All ye people. And we have that melody line at the top. All ye people. Back to the motif. And notice the transitional stuff that we are doing. Whenever we're going to the next part of the song, we're using all of this transitional stuff that's not in the verses and that's not in the chorus of the song. So each time we're transitioning, we're doing this. We're adding in like an ARP, we're adding in like a sweep, and then we're adding in like an orc hit. These type of transitional effects help the song really connect, and we really want this song to glue together, if that makes sense. So I kind of got this part and this idea of the arrangement from the song After This by J.J. Hairston. A lot of you know this song. The original melody of that song goes dun 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 dun. So that's kind of how that song goes, but this is what we decided to add to this arrangement to kind of make it feel good. The inspiration was that though. Right before the high part of the song that we're about to go to and I'm about to show you, notice that we came down to kind of create some space. Now we're about to go back up that mountain. I feel like my job is to paint the picture and to tell a story. So a lot of times songs will have high points, low points, and high points again, and then we come back down. So a lot of times as a producer, that's what I'm thinking. How can we really paint this picture and make it come together, you know? So to the climax of the song right here. And notice we threw in this orc hit right here. And let's listen to what the original producer did here. This is what the original track sounds like at this point. Bass player going off. So we took the same approach, but slightly different, but still kept the funk there and still kept the drive there as well. organ that I used is actually my Nord organ. So that's a part where we took the loop out and we took out the bass, I think, at this point right here. Check this out, listen. Bass out. So we kept the loop in. That is a gospel arrangement breakdown that I was able to be a part of, and I'm grateful to be able to share with you my process. I really want to be able to do these breakdowns on a live stream at some point. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. I would love to just hop on live stream and have you guys ask me questions and try my best to answer them. But yeah, let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if this was helpful. Also, let me know what I can do better on these breakdown videos as well. I think sometimes I run out of things to talk about because I can go really in depth on the process of how I created this, but I don't want it to get boring as well. So just let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for your support. That's all we got for today. Make sure you like this video, share it with someone, and subscribe. We are out.